Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Like a Hero, and today I'm going to show you my LMG build that I've been using to do the challenging missions with and also the heroics. So we're going to get right to it. You're going to be wanting to use the gunner specialization, and the reason for that is so that you are not just getting the bonus LMG damage, which you're obviously going to spec into. You're specking into the signature damage because it's actually a pretty good damage now. But what you're getting besides that onslaught, the increased damage, you're actually also getting the reload bonus, which is every third reload is 50% faster, which makes a lot of sense when you're using an LMG, especially with the long reload time. But also down here on the bottom left, that's the large pouch, so you can get a larger pouch for your belt-fed weapon, your LMG. So it's going to increase it by 50 rounds, which is a lot considering that now you're going to have an MG5, which is my weapon that I'm using, with 100 rounds. So speaking of the weapon, I'm using the infantry MG5 replica. Now I crafted this weapon because I couldn't find one that I wanted, and it's still not perfect, but it still gets the job done. I have LMG damage, damage to cover, and headshot damage. For the talent, I would go strained. Now strained is you're gaining critical hit damage for every 0.5 of a second you are firing. This stacks up to 5 times. Now ideally here you're going to want the new exotic Bullet King so that you can continually fire, and then therefore you're going to always have that 25% crit damage. For the mods on the MG5, I have the C79 scope for crit chance, the laser pointer for more crit chance, and the muzzle brake for even more crit chance. Now I will go over this in a little bit. Now there's the large pouch again. I will go over this in a little bit, but basically I'm trying to get as much crit chance as I can. Later on, when you hit that crit cap, you can maybe put on some of the crit damage mods. Now I do think that the MG5 is the weapon that you're going to want to be using. I think it's the best LMG aside from the Bullet King, which I think is going to be really good because of the synergy that you're going to have. So now my mask, I have the 3-piece Providence for the stats here: headshot, crit chance, and crit damage. And we'll talk about that as we go. I have a weapon damage roll, crit chance roll, and a crit damage with a mod that is 4.2. Now, none of these are maxed, right? I need more crit. I need more crit chance on the mod. I need better Providence. But what these stats are, these are the stats you're looking for, ideally, in that order. For my backpack, I have the 1-piece Grupo Sombra, which my weapon damage is low, but again, I mean the game's like 3-4 days old at the time of this video, so we're just gonna keep farming. I have crit damage there and crit chance. Those are the stats that you want: weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. Ideally, it'd be a red slot there, but I haven't found a red slot there with Unstoppable Force. So for my talent, I have Unstoppable Force. And killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So that's 25% weapon damage. And the cool thing, it's so much better than it used to be prior to this patch, but it refreshes. Kills refresh your Unstoppable Force, so you can continually have this 25% weapon damage. It really is a top tier talent to be looking for. Now to my chest. On my chest I have the Sacrifice, which is the named Providence. And again, this is for the 2-piece. Now I have that crit hit chance, 10%. I have a weapon damage roll here, crit damage, and a headshot roll, and a critical chance. Now the headshot, at the time this video, I did not have a headshot, a crit chance to replace that headshot roll. I think I replaced the blue roll there originally, but I suggest going for the max crit chance roll there. That would be, I think, 6%. But so again, you're looking for those 3, and there it is actually. So yeah, you're going to be wanting, I'm going to transfer this over here to replace that headshot just to get me closer to that crit cap, okay? And once you're at that crit cap, then you could start, focusing on more crit damage rolls. So when it comes to my chest piece talent, I have the Perfected Glass Cannon. It is available on the Sacrifice Providence chest piece. The Perfected Glass Cannon, all damage you deal is amplified by 30%, so this is multiplicative, and all damage you take is is amplified by 60%. So it's kind of like the Reckless of old from Division 1. but it is such a good talent, guys. Okay, yeah, you're taking more damage, but you're doing 40% more damage. Now, the only thing I would suggest if you're having trouble running with Perfected Glass Cannon in solo is that you switch to something like Unbreakable. But honestly, challenging missions, you should be able to deal with them rather quickly. Just make sure you're kind of playing it a little slower until you get used to running around, and just because you just do so much more damage. Okay, the 40% is just so much more damage. But again, if you feel that it's too difficult or you're taking too much damage, just kind of switch it up to maybe Unbreakable. For heroics, and when you're in a group, definitely like all this, the gameplay that you guys are seeing is all from a heroic missions, guys. But for heroics, it's definitely, if you're a DPS class, you got to be rocking the Perfected Glass Cannon. It's just such a good talent, so much damage. Now my gloves, these are the vendor gloves. I think the first day of the patch, they're the contractor's gloves, named LMG gloves. Now they do come with that named roll, the max roll, the 11% damage to armor, which is top tier for anything. It's one of the best talents or best attributes, sorry. And then I have the crit damage there rolled on there, and weapon damage. For my holster that finishes it off with the 3-piece Providence, I have a weapon damage roll, weapon handling roll, and a headshot. I'm actually going to, if I could, I would be replacing, I would have a weapon damage, crit chance, and a crit damage roll on this holster. So again, look for those 3 things, okay? Weapon damage, crit damage, and crit chance. On my knee pads, it's the rifle. Now you may think, like, why do I have a rifle if I'm using, why do I have Overlord if I'm using an LMG? And that's because of the damage to out of cover that you get from the named Fox Prayer Overlord knee pads. So 15% damage to out of cover. This is knee pads that you're going to be wanting to use with whatever your weapon is, okay? Just purely because of the 15% damage increase. So you're getting that damage to out of cover, you're getting the weapon damage and the crit damage on there. I do run this with a Revive Hive and a Fixer drone. You can run it with the Revive Hive and a Defender drone. So that's it. That's the build. Let's get into the stats. So I do have strained on the LMG. I do have 91,000, almost 92,000 weapon damage. My crit chance is at 43%. As I was talking about, I'm missing 6% on my chest. I'm missing about 4% on my other piece. I'm missing better crit mods for my 2 mod slots that I have. So that would definitely be around 60% once I get that, once I roll those on. My crit damage is at 107 and my headshot is at 117, just about, with 11 armor damage. Really a lot of damage. And that's the build, guys. Now I'm gonna leave you guys here with a little bit of gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, guys. Let me know what other builds you want to see. I do have a rifle build also incoming. So thank you guys so much. And we're on our way to 1,000. We're about 100 subs away. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys later. One more thing, guys. I almost forgot. I also stream nightly on Twitch TV/LikeAHero. And you can check out my channel there on Twitch TV/LikeAHero again. And make sure to drop a follow so you're notified the next time I go live on there. But thank you guys so much. Enjoy the gameplay, and I will see you guys later.